I'm making strides for my grandma.
For my family members who have been diagnosed with breast cancer.
For our customers.
For my friends.
For my daughter.
For our future and my children, so maybe they can live in a world where there is no breast cancer diagnosis and they do not have to feel the pain and tragedy that comes from having breast cancer.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nick Liparis, and I work with the American Cancer Society. I'm your 2020 staff partner this year, and I thank you for all the support you've given. This, for sure, was not a regular year. We weren't able to see you on our regular walk path, but we did challenge you to stride your way. We have teams in Saranac Lake walking around local tracks. We have teams in the Capital Region doing step tracking, and we have folks near and far that came to our drive-by events today. We want to thank each and every one of you, near and far, because your support was needed more this year than ever. While we weren't able to hold a traditional event, cancer diagnoses have continued, and we cannot stop our research. The research we are doing today and that you are helping to fund is helping to make sure that our survivors that are diagnosed tomorrow, next month, and next year have better treatment plans and a better prognosis.
The American Cancer Society is the largest non-governmental organization funding cancer research in the nation, and that is really important for people going through cancer diagnosis now or if they're going to be diagnosed down the line. Research happening today affects people for decades to come, and that's why it's critically important for us to continue to fund research, to be doing events like Making Strides at the Adirondacks, so that we can continue to provide new and effective treatments and save more lives.
My name is Jill Phillips. I am from South Glens Falls, New York, and I am the team leader for the NAMIC division of Medline Strides team. Medline is not only a sponsor of this event, but it has invested heavily in breast cancer research and support for years. I'm proud to know that Medline supports the cause that affects so many and is so important to me personally.
Hi, I'm Sasha Pardy, and I'm the team leader for our Making Strides team. So Adirondack Winery's effort is called Drink Pink, and we started this 8 years ago, and since then we have increased our fundraising each year. This year we're on a path to raise more than $8,500 is our goal. And we do this for our customers and our employees, our friends, and our family. And every year we discover another person, unfortunately, who has been affected or is currently being affected by breast cancer. And so it's really important to us to raise as much money as we can for the American Cancer Society's Making Strides effort to make a difference. Throughout this, we have unfortunately learned about too many people affected by this terrible disease. However, we are very pleased to bring two stories to you this year. One of them being Deb Hall, a Gold Club member who's near and dear to us. She shared with us her story of going through stage 1 breast cancer this year, and she's now in the clear, which is wonderful. And then also Amber Fellman, who is one of our employees. Her mother, Julie, was affected by this years ago and is also doing very well. It's really important for us to share those stories of people like Deb Hall and Julie Fellman so that we can all put a face to the name of this terrible disease.
I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer on May 24th, 2019. From there, it was a whirlwind. I had surgery or a bilateral mastectomy on June 19th, 2019. Right after that, due to my cancer being hormone positive, I had eggs harvested and embryos frozen. So there are currently 7 little babies waiting for me frozen. And after that, I started chemotherapy. I had 4 rounds of what's called AC treatment, and then I had 12 rounds of what's called Taxol. I then completed targeted therapy because my cancer is also HER2 positive, and I finished that on September 23rd, 2020, so very recently. So I'm finished with treatment. I have a scan next week and a survivorship meeting on October 26th, 2020, where I'm hoping to hear that I am NED, which means no evidence of disease. When I was diagnosed on May 24th, I went to bed and didn't get up for a day. I stayed in bed with my husband. At the time I had an 18-month-old daughter, and my world was shattered because I didn't know what a stage 3A breast cancer diagnosis meant for them. I didn't want to leave them. I didn't want to not have my family be all together. So it was a very scary time. Nick mentioned the use of the drug tamoxifen, which is something that Making Strides in the American Cancer Society was able to fully fund. And I'm thankful for that because I am actually on tamoxifen, which is a hormone-blocking drug that helps the cancer not reoccur. Uh, 2019 was the worst year of my life. 2020, even with a pandemic, has been 100 times better. It's so nice to know that I no longer have the disease, that I am on the up and up. I got my hair back, which one wouldn't think is a big deal, but in the grand scheme of things, losing your hair is one of the hardest parts of breast cancer if you have to have chemotherapy. My family has been so supportive. I have friends who are so supportive. Adirondack Winery has been extremely supportive as well. It's interesting to see who comes out of the woodwork when something like this happens.
My name is Roberto Cruz. I'm from Boston Lake, and I'm a team member of Adirondack Winery's Making Strides team. Adirondack Winery, our annual Drink Pink fundraiser, is something I look forward to every year. It feels great to know that we're making a difference and supporting an amazing group like Making Strides. We look forward to setting a new fundraising record this year. It feels great to help out such an amazing organization like Making Strides and hearing about all the good our fundraising efforts do for people right here in our community.
I always have fond memories of coming up to the Adirondacks. I grew up in the Capital Region, and this is an area that always had such a great sense of community and really felt, whether you were visiting or here for the summer, that you could meet people and have a great time. And it's really wonderful to just see so many people feel so comfortable and together as a community.
Being from the Adirondacks here, I would have to say that it's the sense of community here. It's really a true statement when you hear nobody has to fight alone. Everybody around here supports everybody.
The Adirondacks hold a special place in my heart. Not only did I grow up nearby, but I've had very special memories throughout the Adirondacks. One in particular was laying in bed on a beautiful summer day in Tupper Lake, and that's where I got the call that my best friend had stage 2 breast cancer at the age of 25. Over the last few years, we have seen her not only go through diagnosis, but become stronger than ever, and we are so grateful for the support that the American Cancer Society and the community are able to give her. Making Strides Against Breast Cancer to me means that we're helping to fund hope, and there's nothing more powerful than that in my opinion.
I'm very passionate about supporting breast cancer treatment and education and research.
For me, Making Strides Against Breast Cancer is critically important to providing support services and funding critical research for cancer patients that are going through treatment now or are going to be diagnosed down the line. And the American Cancer Society provides so many different ways for people to feel connected to each other and supported, especially for breast cancer survivors.
For help
24/7.
Call 1-800-ACS
2345.
We at the American Cancer Society are here for you 24/7, as you will hear through some of our local survivors, team leaders, staff, and sponsors in a variety of ways. If you have any questions, or if this video inspires you to get more involved in Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, feel free to message this page or reach out to me at 518-669-0211. As a caregiver, a staff partner, and a member of the community, I thank you for Making Strides Against Breast Cancer 2020.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to thank Roberto for having us here today, also for helping make this video possible today. You also met Janet and Sasha from Adirondack Winery. I want to thank them and all of their employees and customers for being our flagship sponsor once again. You met Jill, she's a team leader from our Medline team. Medline has a ton of employees engaged, and they're another one of our sponsors this year. Also want to give a special thank you to Whiteman Chevrolet and Warren Tire for hosting our drive-bys today, as well as Froggy FM for helping us to spread the word. We couldn't do it without our sponsors, we couldn't do it without our team leaders, and we're all doing it for our survivors. Until next year, happy strides.